Mom, it's so loud. I can't sleep.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. The last tenant was deaf, so the people downstairs got used to it. I'll go down and ask them to keep it down.
Mom, don't leave me alone. There are so many bad people here. I'm scared.
Don't be scared, Ben. Lock the door. Don't open it for anyone but me. I'll be right back.
Manager, who's in charge? Turn down the volume! Lucas, what are you doing here?
Janie? Long time no see. You moved back to the old neighborhood? Hey, Lucas. Is this the childhood crush you mentioned?
There's an apartment upstairs. I live there with my son. Your new subwoofer is violating the noise ordinance. It's disturbing us. Please turn it off.
The last tenant never complained.
That's because he wore a hearing aid. Turn off the bass before 10, or I'm calling the non-emergency line.
Cut the bass. Put on some country.
Bro, it's 10 on a Friday night. Country? Are you insane?
I said, cut it now.
Jane, are you living here alone with a kid now?
Yeah, just moved in.
What about Michael, that promising architect? He lets you live in a place like this?
He died in a construction accident 6 months ago.
Janie, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It's okay. And don't call me Janie. Please call me Mrs. Carter.
Mrs. Carter, are you deliberately reminding me?
It's just a name, Mr. Shaw.
Mom, the school bus leaves in 5 minutes.
Damn, this stupid lock.
Ben, run to the bus stop. I'll take care of this. Okay, don't worry, Mom.
Landlady, what's going on? Who touched my lock?
Oh, Jane, it was Lucas from the bar downstairs. He saw your door wide open at noon, called me, and got a licensed locksmith.
This isn't right. I didn't authorize anyone to enter my apartment.
The locksmith only worked in the hallway with me watching, didn't go inside. Lucas paid the full $300.
He said the building security affects his bar's property safety.
Night falls on the city streets. Old lamps awaken, casting long shadows. The neon sign flickers to life. A solitary figure enters the bar.
Lucas, thanks for the unsolicited favor, but I don't like owing anyone. Here's the money.
Mrs. Carter, I told you it's for the whole building's safety. With that busted lock, if a thief got in, I wouldn't even know whether to call the cops.
That's still my business. I want nothing to do with you.
Hey, lady, Lucas paid an extra $50 rush fee just to get a locksmith here in 20 minutes.
Ryan, go move the craft beer from the back, now.
I'll pay the rush fee next week. Goodbye.
Janie, you never used to keep score like this with me.
I'll have my family lawyer apply for mandatory visitation and report your living situation to CPS as unfit for a minor.
Lauren, don't you dare touch my son! Michael is dead, but I'm still alive!
Miss, your resume is completely blank for 8 years. Sophie, although I was a stay-at-home mom, I've been studying natural yeast and fondant techniques every day. This is a high-end custom brand. We serve upper-middle-class clients. We don't need someone who only does home baking. I can start as a minimum wage, hourly casual, no benefits. Just let me into the kitchen. A single mom whose kid can get sick anytime. Why would we work around your schedule? Don't think you can use family connections to get pity just because you're down on your luck. It's pathetic. I came to apply for a job, not for charity. Unfortunately, the interview is over. Please leave, Mrs. Carter. Jane, I heard you sold the house with the garden in the suburbs and moved to that old blue-collar neighborhood? Yes. I couldn't afford the mortgage and property taxes anymore. That house was supposed to guarantee Michael's son's quality of life. You're ruining Ben's education environment. I'm his birth mother. How I provide for him is my right. If that's all you're capable of, give up custody.
Jane, move faster! 30 sourdoughs on tonight's schedule and the dough isn't even mixed!
Yes, boss. I'll finish these pans and start the mixer right away.
Let me remind you, you're just minimum wage casual. If you can't keep up, I'll replace you with a young guy anytime.
I can do it, boss. Just give me the flour.
A former housewife. Let's see how long you last.
2 blueberry muffins and a black coffee.
$8. Cash or card?
Keep the change.
We don't take tips, Mr. Shaw. Here's your change.
Isn't that the rarely seen handsome guy from the bar next door? I heard he has a solid background. He never used to shop here.
Maybe he just felt like something sweet.
The school bus just left. Oh no, it came early.
Ben, it's my fault. I set the alarm late.
I'm sorry, boss. I'm stuck at the intersection.
I'll be about 10 minutes late. Please don't give my shift away.
If you're late, don't bother coming. I don't keep dead weight around here.
Mom, if I hadn't eaten that fried egg, we would have made it.
Get in.
Lucas, I don't want to trouble you.
The kid's going to catch a cold, Jane. Get in.
Hey, kid. What grade are you in?
4th grade, sir.
I'm Lucas, an old friend of your mom's from a long time ago.
Thank you for today. This is for the gas.
$20? Mrs. Carter, no need. Next time, just thank me with some of your homemade bread.
Jane, my lawyer has drafted the papers. With your temp job income,
You can't even get Ben decent health insurance. Lauren, I'll find a full-time job. Ben is perfectly healthy.
next week, a CPS caseworker will evaluate that rat trap. Apartment of yours, I suggest you voluntarily transfer. Custody to me, or it'll get ugly in court.
Lauren! You're using your resources to bully a mother! Lower! Who just lost her husband! I will never hand my son over to you!
In the quiet hallway, Lucas approaches the door. He knocks gently, waiting for a response. Door creaking slowly.
The cafe downstairs had a buy one, get one.
I don't like sweet stuff. So I thought I'd give these away.
I'm not hungry. Thanks.
Don't try so hard, Janie. When you cry, you sound exactly the same as when you were 13.
I told you, don't call me Janie! My life is none of your business! Stay away from me!
I'm not trying to cross a line, Mrs. Carter, but having something warm might give you the strength to keep arguing with that Carter woman.
In the darkness, Jane's defenses crumbled. She slid down the cold door, clutching the warm cup as tears finally fell, her silent sobs echoing her pain.
Why, when I was with Michael, it was so easy. Why can't I even get the basic coding right now? Why can't I even get the basic coding right now? Why can't I even get the basic coding right now?
The hallway light, you fixed it, didn't you? The hallway light, you fixed it, didn't you?
What are you talking about? Maybe the property manager finally got his act together.
I asked the landlady, they don't service this floor.
Oh, Jane, don't let him fool you. Someone drove all the way to Home Depot yesterday afternoon to pick out the highest lumen bulb.
Said he was afraid someone might trip in the dark.
Said he was afraid someone might trip in the dark.
Oh, Ryan, don't you have a North Star meeting today? Finish the financials?
Lucas, don't waste your efforts on me. The place in my heart was buried alongside Michael.
Ben! The handmade galaxy cake video!
We posted yesterday went viral in the community Facebook group.
Mom, there are 3 DMs! Where's Tita? Hey! They want to order custom birthday cakes!
Thank God. First order, 32 Willow Street.
Delivery Saturday afternoon.
Mom, you were right.
We can afford fresh blueberries on our own.
This is Ben's grocery money for next month.
Is your head stuffed with flour? Taking the bus with a $100 cake. In this weather, address.
32 Willow Street. Lucas, your leather seats, I'm going to ruin them.
Shut up and dry your hair. Kote. Delivered, they said you're a genius. But next time, include the delivery fee in your pricing, dummy.
Thank you, Lucas. If I make it to the semifinals, every piece will carry our shop's label. Free advertising.
The entry fee is $500. Can you even afford that? Save the fantasy and worry about filling your shifts.
I'll figure out the fee myself. But I am taking wise days off.
Lucas, the North Star Fund, you applied it for me, didn't you? You're insulting my dignity.
North Star runs dozens of community grant programs nationwide, Jane. You just happen to qualify. Don't flatter yourself.
Dozens of programs, and suddenly there's one specifically for baking competitions?
Right? Jane, our company used to only sponsor esports and tech expos. Someone forced legal to pull an all-nighter 2 nights ago to rewrite the... Ryan, there's a server issue in New York. You should be on a plane right now, not here drinking beer.
I'm returning the money. I don't need a capitalist shortcut. I'm going to win clean.
Fine. Then I'll be there on competition day, watching you win clean.
Contestant number 30, the color palette feels stuck in the 80s. Zero modern sophistication. It's a tribute to the classics. The soul of pastry is flavor and quality ingredients, not empty aesthetics, consultant. In today's market, no creativity equals substandard. Something a housewife threw together to make ends meet does not belong on a professional stage. Ben, pinch me! Amanda, the pastry influencer with 2 million followers in New York, just DM saying she wants to share our story.
Wow, Mom, our followers went from 100 to 1,000.
Friend in gaming.
Amanda, the influencer with 2 million followers in New York, you set that up through North Star, didn't you?
I don't know any pastry bloggers. I'm just a bartender counting receipts every day, Mrs. Carter.
Stop acting! If it wasn't you, how would Amanda even find my tiny account?
Fine. I was negotiating a new game collab with her and just happened to mention that a certain uptight Mrs. Carter makes decent food.
This is just a trial one story. If it doesn't perform, I'll reimburse the ad value in cash. And this cake is a new recipe I've been testing. Fresh blueberries inside. Is it edible?
It's delicious.
Ow! God! Mrs. Corday, you're playing favorites.
Mrs. Carter, Ben has been exhibiting severe PTSD symptoms. He appears mature at school, but he refuses to trust any adult male. It's a defense mechanism. I'm sorry, his father died in an accident 6 months ago. It hit him hard. He's afraid of losing someone again. If possible, I'd recommend letting him interact with stable, trustworthy male figures. He needs to understand that Michael's passing wasn't his fault, and that life won't keep taking the people he loves.
Thank you, I'll figure something out.
Ben! What are you talking about? He's just a neighbor. I only need you in my life.
The way he looked at you at the school gate today, it's the same way Dad used to look at you in the big house. I can tell.
Jane, this is the preliminary CPS assessment intent letter. Look at what you're giving Michael's son. Cramped? Illegal? I'm doing this for the Carter bloodline. At the hearing next week, I'll present evidence of your temp job income and total financial instability to strip your custody. Lauren, when Michael was alive, I was never your family's accessory. Now that he's dead, Ben is my legal son. Even if you drag me to the Supreme Court, your dirty money will never tear us apart.
Mom, don't be scared. If that mean aunt tries to take me, I'll jump out of the car and run back here. You're the only mom I'll ever have.
Ben, I'm sorry, I'm useless. I haven't given you a better life.
No! Mom is the coolest baker in the world. We're going to win!
So, while I was gone all those years. He never lacked for women like that. He never lacked for women like that.
Jane, don't get the wrong idea.
Valley, that woman's a VC rep from Silicon Valley. She's here to sign Lucas's Series B funding.
There's nothing between them.
Mr. Ryan, who your boss sleeps with, has absolutely nothing to do with me. Move. Damn it! What is wrong with me? He can be with whoever he wants.
The way you threw that garbage scared the poor woman half to death.
Mr. Shaw, please have some self-respect. I need to clock in at the bakery. I need to clock in at the bakery. I don't have time for your tabloid drama.
Mrs. Carter, did you forget to wash the vinegar off?
Narcissist, get away from me!
Jane, number 30. Are those cupcakes done or not? Move it or I'm docking your pay.
Coming, boss, almost.
Mom, you're awake. I thought you were gone like Dad.
Ben, don't cry. Mommy's here. How am I in the hospital? The bakery.
The bakery owner has been warned. Jane, severe hypoglycemic. Shock from malnutrition! If the paramedics had been 1 minute late, you'd be in the ICU right now. What are you killing yourself for?
If I don't push myself, who pays Ben's rent? Who fights Lauren's lawyer? You're just an outsider, Lucas.
When we were 13, I got my head split open fighting street thugs for you. The day you moved back here, I swore what Michael can't protect,
For the rest of your life, I will.
if you ever gamble with your life again, I'll unleash North Star's entire legal team and send that Carter woman straight to hell. Do you understand me, Janie? Mrs. Carter, your number's barely passed. You're cleared to leave, absolutely no alcohol, no prolonged standing, and you must have someone with you at all times for the next week. Don't worry, Doc. I'll be watching her 24/7.
Mom, Lucas stayed all night and even finished my art project for me.
Lucas, thank you. But I have to attend the networking reception in 3 days. It's my only chance to meet the New York chain buyers before the finals. I want to stand on my own feet with my own work. Not through anonymous funds or influencer favors. I want to be someone who can stand beside you, not someone you hide behind you.
You're impossible, fine, go. But for the next week, I'm your driver and bodyguard, non-negotiable.
Oh, isn't this the sister who just got out of the ER? Already here begging? And this bartender from the old block, did you bring him to sneak desserts off the buffet? Sophie, watch your mouth.
Lucas, North Star Games Q3 Global Financials just landed. $200 million in hedge fund investments. Needs the founder's signature.
Founder, North Star Games? The top 10 tech startup?
Small stuff. Handle it back at the office. I don't care what brand you consult for. In my eyes, Jane's work is worth 10,000 times more than your overpriced trash. Ryan, notify legal. Cancel all future co-branding and investment between North Star and Sophie's pastry chain.
No. Mr. Shaw, there's been a misunderstanding.
Thank you for standing up for me.
Mrs. Carter, you misunderstand. I'm simply investing as a businessman in the most valuable dark horse I've ever seen.
Big CEO, don't you have a Silicon Valley mansion to go home to, sitting out here like a geeko?
The mansion's too cold. There's more life here. Need a free quality inspector, Mrs. Carter?
Just don't touch my piping bags.
Relax. Tonight I only brought eyes and ears. You keep going, I won't bother you. Got in a fight? Crying won't fix a kid.
They said my dad is dead. They called Mom a poor widow. They said CPS will kick us out.
Listen up, kid. Those punks talk trash because they'll never in their lives make anything as incredible as your mom's galaxy cake. This is North Star's next flagship hero, a small-town baker who defends his home. I think his backstory needs a brave sidekick. Want to try designing his weapon?
Really? Can I?
There's a financial emergency at HQ in the valley. I need to go back for about 3 weeks. Ryan's running the bar. Call him if anything urgent comes up.
You're the boss. You don't need to report your schedule to me.
I know. But I'm worried a certain someone will stand crying in the rain. Because she can't find a free delivery driver.
I'll water your green plants. Have a safe trip.
Janie, wait for me.
The faucet was dry, and the schedule was new.
Why? Why does reality smash everything every single time I think things are getting better?
Mom, it's okay to cry. Dad said when you want to cry, just cry out loud. Mom, Dad always said the best buildings aren't the tallest or the biggest. They're the ones full of love. Let's make something different.
Yes, we make something different. Contestant 30, this is your finals entry. This makes a mockery of a national competition. 0 artistic value. I'm a widow. A single mom scraping by on minimum wage. Last night my fridge broke and every model I'd made was destroyed. But I didn't give up. I made this cake in my broken down kitchen. You say it's not professional enough, but this is my entire life.
From her balcony, Jane watched the quiet street below. Lucas emerged from the bar. He began his climb, driven urgency. As he drew near, Jane's surprise turned to anticipation.
We were kids. I told you how I felt. You said I was just an immature brat. Later, I built an empire. But it all felt hollow. Until you showed up here again 6 months ago.
Lucas, I'm buried in debt.
I have a 10-year-old.
I won't promise I'll never die or never leave, that would be a lie, but I promise you this. Every day I'm alive, I will choose to stand beside you.
I'm scared. I'm so scared of losing someone again.
You can be scared, Janie. Give your fear to me. Let me be the most dependable part of your life. Janie, I checked the second floor pipes last night and adjusted the water pressure for your place while I was at it. Mom, can I stop calling him uncle?
Ben, if it makes you uncomfortable, I can ask him to.
It's not uncomfortable. I just want to call him Lucas.
Jane, agree to send Ben to the Carter estate for 2 months every summer for legacy training. And this $500,000 education trust is yours. Lauren, Ben's life is not a Carter family estate distribution project. I am his sole legal guardian.
Are you insane? You just started a business. What can you possibly give him?
The best life isn't a handout from the Carter Tower. If you truly loved Michael, learn to respect his son's only birth mother. You've changed, Jane. You used to just hide behind Michael. Michael is gone, but I'm still breathing. My son, I can raise him to stand tall on his own.
Mr. Shaw, I've heard the heroine of this hit game is based on someone very important in your life.
Yes. She once lived through the ruins of life. She doesn't even know how incredible she is. But I know. All global proceeds from this game will fund zero-interest loans for single mothers starting businesses, because she taught me that love means fighting side by side, not just saving someone.
Jane, I'm here to apologize. Tajingran D. Tola.
I shouldn't have humiliated you at the competition. Sophie, you don't have to call me sister. From the day Diane walked into our house with you. You never treated me like family.
I've been dropped by the brand now.
No studio will take me. Can you forgive me? I don't hate you, because you're no longer worthy of being my competition. But I don't plan on liking you either. Please leave. You're blocking my customers.
Jane, I'm sorry. All these years, with the family situation, I wasn't there for you.
Yes, Jane, look how successful you are now. We've always had you in our hearts.
You don't need to say all that, Diane.
And
Dad, I survived the hardest part on my own. I'm doing well now. Just take care of yourselves. Thanks, Dad. Got the money. Take care of yourself.
Lies a piece of my heart. I bring these to honor your memory. Rest in peace, my love.
Michael, this is Lucas. Ben and I are starting a new life now. Thank you for the love you gave me. Now I'm strong enough to love someone else.
Mom, this is the future letter Dad locked at the bottom of the safe. He said only open it if something happened to him. Ben, if one day I'm gone, I hope your mom can be happy again. That Lucas kid from the old block, the way he used to look at your mom made me want to swallow him whole. Someday he comes to fix her pipes, drives through the rain to deliver her cakes, and watches over her for me. Don't let them run away from each other.
Lucas, come with me somewhere.
Hey everyone! Today isn't just Jane's grand opening, it's also our great North Star founder Lucas Shaw's farewell party. 6 months of playing bartender officially over. Back to Silicon Valley he goes!
Lucas, since you're going back to being a big CEO, can you officially move in with us?
That's up to your mom. I'm just an intern waiting for approval.
So does my mom count as a yes or what?
Janie, this time I don't want to be a neighbor. And I don't want to be an intern. Marry me. Let me legally stand between you and every storm.
A tear of joy slides down Jane's cheek, her heart her. With a trembling hand, she reaches out. Lucas rises, takes her hand, and slides the ring on.
Mrs. Shaw, I've reviewed today's financials. Profits are enough to cover someone's sports car gas money next month.
I'm starving! Lucas! Did you bring my favorite cheeseburger? Mom's been keeping me away from sweets all day.
Ben, wash your hands first. Lucas, stop spoiling him.
Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Carter. Oh, wait, Mrs. Shaw.